Yo, what is up, my people? Today I have an exciting build and video for you guys, man. I hope you enjoy this. This is what I'm using. This is going to be a new template for you guys for PvP. I'm going to be bringing you a bunch of other videos, a bunch of other builds I'm working on. And right now, this seems to be one of the best builds, at least for a solo player. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'm going to go ahead and break down the video for you. Everything you need to know right here. From what weapons I use to how I like to use it, my play style. I'll give you a few different options. And I just want to thank you guys for watching my content and passing by my channel on Twitch and YouTube, man. So let's get it. All right, so a disclaimer before we start, man. This build is insane. You'll be able to solo usually, but if you do fight people with the same build, you might have a little bit of troubles. If you get like jumped by a whole group, you might have some troubles, but like what build won't you have troubles when you're fighting a whole group? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this template. I really enjoy this build so far, and I think it melts. I think it's nasty. I take all type of damage and I'm still able to survive, right? So let's get in it. So I have so much gameplay against so many people, but I just want to kind of make this build video like straight to the point. And yeah, I want to show you guys what I enjoy so far. So right here, this is what I am enjoying so far. I have a mix of blues and greens. Right now I'm sitting at 4 blues, which makes me a little bit more tanky. If you feel like you're a little bit too tanky and you need more damage, you can put more reds in this build. So like by blues and reds, I'm talking about core attributes. Okay, so I farmed this build. I don't have the best build yet, but yo, I absolutely slap solo manhunt most of the time. And it's just like phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 3-piece, and this 3-piece I suggest you use like this, or you could use, instead of gloves, you could use a knee pad. But you know, I want you to know you do have some like room for change in this build, so you could use contractor gloves or fox prayers. One or the other I advise. I don't really suggest you using the 4-piece, but it's totally up to you. I think the 4-piece is more for like PvE, since you do have that time to like regen your armor. But in PvP, you're not gonna have that time. You know, like most of the time, people, especially people that have skill, they're gonna push you and they're gonna make sure they finish you off, or you know, whatever else. If you're hurting, they're gonna smell that blood like a shark and attack. You know, so right here I got it really simple, man. I'll tell you the first part, super simple. Okay, this build is gonna give me armor, is gonna heal me every second, and I'm gonna be able to do damage, sometimes even more damage than most other players. Okay, and this is because I am pairing this with the Lady Death. All right, so Lady Death, I'm getting 75% amplified damage from this weapon. All right, beyond me, it is amazing. This is my favorite exotic right now. I love getting a kill and getting that movement speed. You can only have 32 stacks, so 1 full magazine. You spray the magazine, you swap weapons. Okay, that's my opinion, that's my play style, but it's up to you. Okay, as my secondary here, I'm running with the Banshee. I'm also using measured, and measured is working really good for me, man. I'm getting really nice damage out of it, and I suggest you try it and test it yourself in the base of operations. So you use whatever talent you like, and then you try measured, and you let me know what you think. But if you don't like measured, if you're you know, a specific type of gamer, you do have perfect strained that you can use on this build. You can also use the MP5. The police T82 is really nice with damage. The MPX is also a great weapon. The tactical AUG is probably slept on. The Vector got nuked, but you know, it's still really good because the RPM is phenomenal. And those are the choices in my opinion. Yeah, let me know in the comments what other SMGs you like to use, but I feel like I'm slapping with these two, this combination right now. So Firewall, of course. Firewall is for the med kit. It did get like nerfed kind of, but not really, like fixed more. But yeah, whatever, it got nerfed, and now it's like 150% of your armor and health per second. So still really phenomenal. So whenever you're like having a situation where you're getting gunned down, just go ahead and pop that Firewall med kit, and I would suggest pushing at that time. Okay, so right here we're going into the chest piece. We only have 2 talents on the builds now, so it's really simple. Right here I'm using Intimidate. Intimidate is going to give me amplified weapon damage while I have bonus armor. Okay, so I'm going to have bonus armor most of the time, And the reason, I'm going to show you how we get that, okay? So right here we have crit chance, crit damage, crit hit damage, all right? So armor, whatever you want to run, like I said, however many reds you feel comfortable with, or blues, that's up to you. All right, next we have a Seska Backpack, and I rolled Adrenaline Rush onto it, okay? Whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds, okay? In those 5 seconds, you can absolutely melt stacks up to 3 times, okay? So you can have up to 60% armor, right? Every 5 seconds, man. So this is pretty nuts. This is a pretty crazy talent, and I'm loving it, okay? I have crit hit damage rolled. I don't have the best pieces, like I said, but this was just to put a build together, and I've been slapping, man. We even won a little 1v1 there with one of our clan mates. You know, he supported the channel real nice after the fight, man. So shout out to my boy No Capping, and all the rest of the Legion of King fam out there in the game, bros. So right here we have Fox Prayers, God Rolled. We're going with crit hit damage, of course. Crit hit damage is my thing, man. I love crit hit damage. I love crit hit chance. And with this build, you have max crit hit chance, usually. But right here, we're at 56%. We could put a mod if we wanted to, but I really like that 130% crit hit damage. So, you know, that's my choice. And then over here, we have a Foundry Bulwark set. Since I showed you, we're using the Seska for the 10% crit hit chance. We're using the Sokolov for the weapon damage, okay? If you wanted to, you could use Gila for armor. And, you know, whatever else floats your boat. Matador, if you want to get the perfect backpack for Adrenaline Rush. But, you know, I don't really think it's that crazy. But it's up to you, man, depending on how much you grind, how much time you have to invest in the game. But yeah, lastly, we have a 3-piece. I'm using only 3-piece Bulwark. I suggest only using 3-piece Bulwark for PvP, but that option is totally yours, okay? So right here we have a 2-piece, 10% armor, 3-piece, 3% armor regen, okay? So this is beautiful and phenomenal because on some gear sets, man, you use 3 pieces and you're only going to get 1% armor regen. So like on Gila gear, you're only going to get 1% regen. On this golden gear, you need 2 pieces to get 1% armor regen, okay? With 3 pieces of this gear, you get 3% armor regen. I cannot explain to you
how serious this is, okay? This is serious.
So if you haven't already, go ahead and farm this and get strong and start smacking dudes in the dark zone, okay? So crit hit damage all the way across. I would highly suggest armor on kill as your blue mods, in my opinion, but you can run whatever you want. And yeah, it's all up to you what you want to run, how you run your builds. And, you know, I just do my best to give you the options that you have. I also have crit hit damage right here. The options that you have and what you should be trying to build for, more or less. I also pair this with a Striker Shield. The reason that I'm using the Striker Shield is because it buffs up my damage, okay? So I get 11% damage per enemy. And right here we have, since we're at tier 4 with 4 blues, we have 150% shield health. Not only do we have 150% shield health, but we also are able to use these insane mods, okay, from Firewall. You can unlock these from the specialization, all right? 8% shield health, 8% active regeneration. I suggest you guys use this 100%, all right? 5% damage bonus per enemy, and this actually works in PvP. I already tested it to see if I was actually getting that damage, and you are getting that damage, all right? So I hope you guys enjoy this build. You can run whatever secondary you want. I was using the Bleed Hive. I also used the Booster Hive for more damage, and it worked really good. So yeah, it's really all up to you. Defender Drone is still GOAT. EMP if you're having like a lot of skill build players against you. But other than that, man, I highly suggest something like this, okay? So thank you guys for watching the video. I'm going to leave you guys a little bit more gameplay, and enjoy your day. And I'll be live later on Twitch, all right? Peace, baby.
kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street.
Let's get it, baby.
A bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drum me around in your